Welcome into this place. Welcome into this holy vessel. If you desire to abide in the presence of your people, so we lift our hands and we lift our hearts as we offer up this praise into your name. Y'all know that song, but it's an old gospel song, that little piece that I just gave y'all. But that's my way of saying welcome to all of you who are happy to be here with me beyond the veil. I am grateful for all of you, as I always say, all 264 of you, because I did lose 2 followers yesterday. I don't know what I said wrong, but I left 2 followers. I lost 2 followers, and actually that's quite all right. Well, subscribers. I don't want to call you guys followers. Now, I don't know if y'all hear those sirens in the background, but they are right on cue for what I was about to say, because yesterday, on Tuesday, the day of Mars, the goddess Adina, she, the high priestess, did some special surgery on myself to cut and remove cancerous tumors. And then I took those cancerous tumors and I sent them back to where they came from. I sent them to their sources with a couple extra tumors on those tumors from me as a Christmas gift. So I was not surprised when I woke up this morning and had 2 subscribers gone, because anything that was cancerous to me got cut off yesterday. And I celebrated, me and my friend Natasha, singing, "Victory is mine. Victory is mine. Victory today is mine. I told Satan to get thee behind me. Victory yesterday was mine, honey." So that is actually why I woke up this morning, or I think I woke up this morning with it on my heart, to include subscribers of mine who comment or email me at beyondtheveiladina@gmail.com with your name and birthday, and I would include you in my prayers and petition my surgery tomorrow, to petition the heavens on the day of Jupiter, the day of blessings and abundance, to rain down on me and my subscribers, honey. The people who are still here with me, that means that you are not cancerous to me. And I appreciate all 264 of you even more now. So I send you my love. I send you my blessings and good tidings this holiday season. All right. I wanted to do this video because I want to be consistent with my subscribers. So I'm going to read Clive Davis, because when I read Whitney Houston and Bobby Christina, or I should say Bobby Christina, Whitney Houston made herself known so that I would read Bobby Christina. When I read her, and I kept saying Drive Davis because I didn't want to say the person's name in a way that would make me litigious, and I kept saying Drive David in a car. That's what I was talking about, allegedly. And I probably should have did a reading on him then, but I got sidetracked. I was caught up with the Diddy stuff before the Diddy stuff became the Diddy stuff, and now I don't want to be bothered with the Diddy stuff, because I hate reading things when too much energy is also tugging at a situation or in a situation. It gets too crowded in a room, and I like to be the first one there and the first one to leave. So I know that Clive Davis's name has been brought up a little sprinkly here and there, in regards to P. Diddy and some of the effect of the P. Diddy scandal, and how it has become a tower effect for multiple people. But today I am going to take a look at Clive Davis himself. So without further ado, I'm so extra sometimes. All right. It's the first day of Mercury retrograde. So what has been done in the dark in regards to the music industry, which could fall under Mercury a little bit, Venus and Mercury, it is time for it to come to light. This feels like a Pluto retrograde, and maybe because it's me reading it, I'm bringing about the Pluto effect. I have a Mercury in Pluto. So, Mercury retrogrades are sensitive for me. And since I've done most of the work that I needed to do on myself, Mercury retrograde isn't so difficult for me. It gives me technological issues and, you know, travel issues. I won't sign any contracts until it's over, but like the heavy stuff, the shadow stuff that Mercury retrograde usually triggers, I am past that, thank God. And I'm just recently realizing that within the past couple of retrogrades as they've become lighter. All right, Clive Davis. Clive. I feel the need to call him like this. Clive. 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 Because he likes singers. Clive Davis. Come out, come out, come out, come out from your closet, David. Come out, come out. All right, Clive David. Clive Davis. Clive. Clive. Clive Davis. Come, 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 Clive. You know what comes to mind when Clive Davis walks in? Rumpelstiltskin. Yep, that's it. That's exactly what comes to mind. Rumpelstiltskin. A leprechaun. He walks in with his, like a leprechaun, with his little bag of gold coins. And the gold coins are just falling out as he runs in, as I call him, because he heard my voice. And he knows that I'm an artist. And he knows that I'm a songwriter and a singer. And when I called him with the melody and a tone, he came in with his bag of coins dripping out. The greed. He came in like, what was that nice sound I heard? Someone I can exploit. Someone I can get my hands on the coins. Someone I can get my hands on the coins and take the coins. That's Clive Davis. I wouldn't be surprised if I see the Seven of Swords in this reading, because that card gives me little leprechaun, little thieving leprechaun. All right, Clive Davis. Clive, now that you're here, no, you can't have anything for me. I don't want to sign with you or anything like that. However, in the wake of P. Diddy falling out, all his tea being exposed, and God knows you are involved in so many shenanigans from over the decades. You give me mob vibes. You give me made man vibes. So I see clearly. You give me Vegas casino, back room, dark room, you know, poker table, blackjack, cigars, you know, whiskey, you know, secret meetings with made men. Made men is what I get with Clive Davis. Clive Davis is a made man. Mob, mafia, made man, allegedly. Allegedly. He says, I can't be touched. Look at me. Look at me. As he smokes a cigar. I don't know if he smokes it. Look at me. I can't be touched. I'm Clive. I've been doing this shit. I am the industry. I run the industry with this cigar. I run the industry. I bring them up. I bring them down. That's what Clive says. I bring them up. I bring them down. That's going to be the title of my video. Clive Davis, talk. Now, why do I think Clive... Now, one half of my brain says, I made the call, the Diddy call. And the other half of my brain is saying, I'm preparing to speak. I don't want to go further on that just yet. Now, the part of my brain that thought that meant I made the Diddy call, I bring them up, I bring them down. I feel like this has something to do with that, but let me tell you something about this Justice in Reverse card. I've been doing personal readings. I've been doing readings on myself. I've been doing readings to myself. I've been doing these readings for the past 3 or so weeks since that Kazemi energy with Mars and the sun creating that explosion. That explosion blew up like a town and then blew up a cemetery, I'll say. And there was a karmic element to that, because I have gotten this Justice card and just injustice, Justice in Reverse, in just about every reading I've done. No matter whether it's been on this channel, no matter if it's been me in my personal time flipping cards, being nosy on shit, no matter if I was reading it for myself, no matter if I was doing readings on clients. 'Tis the energy of injustice, injustice. So let me say this before I continue. If you've been doing wrong in any kind of way, I don't know if it's too late because Mercury retrograde start today, but honey, do what you can. Check yourself. Take this moment as I say this to check yourself and make sure that you are in an upright position in all your dealings with people, because if you are not, Justice, Karma herself, is spinning the block. You heard that here first. I know, because Justice is upright in my life, in the situations, in the spiritual warfare that I am going through, that I haven't even told you guys all about. I've touched on it here and there, but baby, y'all have no idea the wars I've been fighting. And I kind of almost haven't even been wanting to do any videos for you guys because of that, because I like to present, Adina, the side of Venus, the Taurus side of Venus. I have a Taurus ascendant. I like to show you guys that side of me, the love and light side of my Venus. I like to present myself always. I like to lead with love. I say that all the time. I lead with love. And if I'm not in the position to do so, I will remove myself from people so as to not scorch anyone, because the other side of love is war. That's the other side of Venus that people don't understand and people take for granted. Everything has a polarity. And so I'm a really sweet person. I'm a really nice person. I hate conflict. But when I have to, when it's drugged to me, because sometimes our life lesson is to learn how to fight. If you're a Libra sun or a Libra south node and an Aries north node, a Libra sun and an Aries moon, my south node being in Libra and my sun being in Libra says you know how to avoid confrontations. You know how to be diplomatic. You know how to be fair and judge things correctly, which is why God gave me the position in my life, the spiritual position that I have, because I don't misuse it. You know how to be a good wife and a good partner. You know how to be a good friend. You know how to avoid conflict so that you don't hurt anybody. But part of that is your fear of your anger, your fear of just how fiery that Aries moon of yours is in your 12th house. And if you were to feel or be triggered into anger, I fear reveling in that anger. But lately I have been reveling in that angry, like a little imp dancing around in the fire, happy. That's been me. Justice in Reverse is crossing Clive Davis as we speak. Now, I believe that Clive Davis is a little bit more anxious than he usually is, but I can't wait to clarify this because I'm not sure. But this is in his challenging position. So me tells me Clive, in this cycle of karmic justice, those who are in the right standing will get the right karmic justice. Those who are in reverse will get their reverse karmic justice. This is in your challenging position, Clive Davis. So allegedly, you stand to be judged for some things that you've done. And that's challenging you. While everybody else is speaking up about Diddy, Your injustices are in the challenging position. And I think that's what that Four of Swords is. While all these skeletons are falling out of the closet and all these people from the past and people from the silence and the darkness are coming out for other people, you've got your own justice in reverse that's challenging you. I wonder how you feel about it. I wonder if you're nervous or if you feel like because you're a made man. Now this is the Empress. Now I don't know if Clive Davis is married. I don't have my computer on me this time. This could be his wife, his ex-wife. This could be Whitney Houston, or this could be Kim Porter. I'll wait. Clive, in your near future, whose death are you allegedly going to be implicated in? I know for a few people I've read, Russell Simmons, someone else I read, I said that you're next, your time is coming, but Clive, honey. And this is another card that I've been getting, upright and reversed, as it relates to the same justice card I've been getting. They've been coming out and everybody's reading together. So methinks that karma is spinning the block in one way or the other, no matter which side of the scales you fall on, justice or injustice. Karma is out. You guys, I promise you, this is not alleged. Karma is out. Karma is out. And everybody who is either been karmically wronged, I ain't talking about somebody just don't like you. If you have been karmically wronged, you will get your just due. And the person who wronged you will get their just due. And it will be impactful. Clive, there's a woman in your past. I don't know if this is a wife of yours, an ex-wife, because she's in upright. I don't know if this is a wife of yours, but I don't think so. This makes me feel like Whitney Houston, or if we're talking about how you feel about Diddy, this makes me feel about Kim Porter. But the death of a woman, we're not talking about rape. We're not talking about sexual assault. If I could say those things on YouTube. If I can't, I'm sorry, YouTube. We're not talking about ape and sexual assault. We are talking about unalivement. Crowning Clive is a pentacle falling, a pentacle loss. Now, I get the impression that with all of this hip-hop, Me Too, you have had to fall back on one of your business activities, one of your sources of income. You have had to pull back on. Methinks I know what that is. And methinks that since you've pulled back on some things, I don't know if this means that you are still even more worried or if you aren't worried anymore. But I get the impression that you're not that worried. Clive, I think that someone in your circle, one of your friends, is giving you some sage advice right now. It's coming to you and saying, hey, buddy, I don't want to get all in your business. I don't usually get all in your business. But I think that you should probably do something about all of this P. Diddy stuff and all the other stuff before it comes to you. And I think that Clive is like, I'm a made man. What happens to them is on them. And if I got to let them fall in order for me not to fall, that's fine. Somebody around Clive allegedly is telling him something that he should be listening to. Clive, you should be listening to this person, but you're not. Because this falls in your advice position. And this hand looks like the hand of advice from one of your close friends, someone close to you that's coming and saying, hey, bruh, I'm concerned about all this stuff going on and how it's going to involve you. But Clive is like, it's not Because I'm Clive, baby. External energy, it's coming for you. Your name, Clive, is not going to stop being tossed around in the shenanigans, no matter how loud they are being yelled or how quietly they are being whispered. Something that you moved away from with ease. An injustice that you allegedly did, something that you should have went to jail for, because these are swords involved. You should have been sued, you should have went to jail. Something litigious that you got away with is coming back. And since this card, external position, is always right across, looking smack dab at the future position card, me tells me that this alleged death is what's coming back to haunt you. Now, I don't know if anybody's going to implicate you in Kim Porter's death with P. Diddy, or if anybody's going to bring up any of the alleged deaths that are tied to your name, rumor-wise. Because there are. I've heard rumors. I've heard accusations and allegations over the years concerning Clive and multiple people in the industry. I even heard it in my own, for entertainment purposes, Bobby Christina reading. So, I know that you think you're a made man. And I know that you're not listening to your friend right now, whoever is telling you that you should be more concerned about yourself getting involved, because your name isn't going to stop being brought up and tossed around. And it may not be a tower moment right now. Right now, it's just chatter. But where there's chatter, where there's sticks being rubbed together, no matter if they're twigs, there's allegedly fire. Your hopes and fears, Clive, is that with the downfall of all these other celebrities, you don't get caught up in it. Everybody's fear right now is that they don't get caught up in it. Page of Cups reverse. Clive, are you... Now, I don't know how involved you are currently in the music business right now, like actively involved. Because right now, by now, at your age and at your status in the industry, you should be like a shadow figure, and you shouldn't still be like in the studio producing and hands-on. But if you were hands-on on anything, you are going to be hands-off completely. Because something that, and I say that because you also had to stop one of your sources of income. I say that because whatever is going to be said about you, even though it'll be small, it'll be enough, I think, to eventually make you take this advice. It'll be enough. Somebody will drop enough, a little driplet of tea, methinks, that will make you take action now. Possibly Jaguar right in something that she says or is saying. I actually want to start looking at that first, the outcome with the Page of Cups in reverse. Eight of Swords. Seven of Swords reverse. And the Devil. Now, what exactly could this be? And the Tower moment. And the Three of Swords. And the Queen of Cups in reverse. Why do I feel like that's Whitney Houston? Even though I don't know if she was a water sign. Was she a Pisces? No, she was a Leo. Definitely a Leo. Okay. Now, Clive, I don't know if you were working with an artist, but I think that there is an artist, or there could possibly be artists that are distancing themselves from you, your label, whatever business you run. There's a concern about jail. I don't know if there's a concern about P. Diddy going to jail and then having to snitch and tell. But I think that that is a concern. Somebody wants to help P. Diddy because they can't afford for him to have the feds get their hands on him and be in a situation where I'm going to jail anyways, so I might as well start snitching in order to get less time on one or two people. Clive, you could be really big in the industry, but like big enough to give, but not big enough to not give. Like, that's a big fish. I'll give them Clive, because I also know that he's lost a little bit of his power, his ruthlessness. I don't know. There's going to be talk about sacrificing artists, Clive, allegedly. Sacrificing someone. I think this is Whitney Houston, because I see your Grammys party, allegedly, in my mind. I see people being there, and a lot of people at that damn Grammy party that night were talking about the situation. Now, I'm not there. I wasn't there. This sounds like something that went on within the industry that never leaked out. The situation with Whitney and Clive. It's something people knew about, and they were talking about it at the party, because methinks that Whitney at some point was at another party that weekend asking people to help her. Going around asking people to help her. After I finish this reading, I'm going to read Brandy and that note that Whitney left her, because this comes to mind. That weekend of the Grammy party, people knew that there was a Whitney and Clive situation, and when she popped up in the middle of Brandy's interview and handed her that note, Whitney was fighting for her life, allegedly, that whole weekend. Help me. But people were at the party, at Clive's party, the night of her death, allegedly, this is for entertainment purposes. I'm crazy as hell reading these picture cards. People were there talking about it. Absolutely is what she put on that note to Brandy was what was being conspired against her. And Brandy, I see you had the opportunity to help her, but you were too afraid to get yourself involved in that. You had been tainted a little bit. There will be a piece of information. Let me read this Justice card crossing you in reverse. Some money you took, an estate you took, money you took, maybe either directly or indirectly, allegedly. 9 of Wands. Ace of Cups in reverse. This feels like finding a way to get his hands on his artist's estates after they are no longer. This feels like more than one person that this happened to. It seems like it's what he does, or what his label does. I don't know if he has a label, but I get it's what they do. I bring them up, I take them down. For the bag of coins that I saw him running in with. And he hasn't been able to pull that off in a while, methinks. Who is this woman in your past? Is that Whitney? I think something that he didn't think he was going to get away with, pull off. Now, I don't know if we're talking about did he here or him. It was messy. It was messy. I think it was that Whitney situation, allegedly, because it was so messy that whole weekend, because Whitney was all over the place, and then she ended up no longer. I don't think he thought he was going to get away with it. Who is this couple who helped? Is that Is that Whitney and her Whitney's sister-in-law and her brother? I don't know. Somebody, ooh, this is betrayal. This is Whitney. This is Whitney freaking Houston. I think allegedly methinks that there will be a little droplet of tea said with Clive Davis's name in regards to Whitney Houston allegedly. And because that situation was so messy, we will find out just how messy that weekend was. People are talking, people are talking, people are talking. And Whitney be damned if Clive Davis goes down and all of this stuff and her name doesn't get brought up in what happened. And so many people know. Go back and read my Bobby Christina message, and if you want, skip all the way to the end where I pull up the oracle card and what Whitney's oracle message was. Not to my subscribers, because I actually asked if she had a message for my subscribers. She had one for the industry. Go back and read what I channeled from her. So many people talk about the Whitney Houston situation, and I feel like they're talking about it right now. The loss of a star. Hopes and fears. Is that what you're worried about, Clive? Let me pull one card on that. People are talking about the Whitney Houston thing, even if we haven't heard it just yet. And it'll be because people will talk about Clive and how he does his artist. Because this is a thing with Clive, allegedly. This is a thing. One conversation will lead to another conversation, will lead to another conversation, and that one might not go anywhere, but then it'll pick back up, and then the rest of the conversations will take it all the way. Mark my words. Allegedly. All right. Somebody has not got over the fact that you got away with things, Clive. And I ain't talking about sexual things. Here's my Leo card, a sun. That feels like Whitney's energy. All right, I'm gonna just leave it there because I want to read Brandy a little bit. Do I need to read Britney Spears too? I'm gonna read Britney Spears before I read Brandy. All right, see you guys in a little minute.